So we're here with the July market pulse. I've got the real estate guys. Is that what you guys go as,
I
or
think
no?
That's
Yes,
right. I used to
sir.
call him the real estate kid, but he doesn't like that anymore.
He's
I'm
stepping
upgrading.
into the shoes.
He's in the shoes.
Can you guys introduce yourselves formally for me?
Sure. Aaron Taylor, the real estate guy. Love Las Vegas. Helping people in real estate for 31 years.
Yeah, Jacob Taylor, the real estate guy. Born and raised, UNLV grad, managing broker,
I love it.
ready to take over.
In years past, this was a more stagnant type market. Let's go over the market stats. I love bringing the heavy hitters in. You guys are two of the biggest and strongest in the town. Market a ton. You're in there. You got your hands in it. High level, not a lot changed. We closed like 2,600 homes in the month, which was good. I was glad. You see that summer lull sometimes, so it could have been worse. Could have been like 2,200. Rates have stabilized. The median price in condos and homes is pretty much the same, like in the 485 range. So I bring you guys in. Like, what are you guys seeing out there? Like, what is the market telling you guys?
Well, I'll tell you what. This market changes week to week sometimes. I know you see it too. All of a sudden, one week, we're getting multiple offers on like several of our properties. And then the week later, it's dead as doornails. And what we talk about, we're like, how in the hell did this happen? Like, what's going on? So it's really fickle. Change used to be for us 6 months, a year at a time. And now it just seems to be weekly and monthly. So you got to have your finger on the pulse, right, kid?
Absolutely. Yeah, with the market the way it is right now, everybody's always talking about rates. I think the media conversation around the housing market in general has a lot to say with what's going on. Consumers are obviously paying attention to the media, and maybe that plays a part. But
It's not a good market unless it's going down or up. How can you sell something if it's stagnant?
Well, if there's a balance, if there's high demand and there's balance between lots of buyers and lots of sellers, I mean, ultimately we want more units, right? We want north of 3,000 units.
Oh yeah,
because we got 15,000 agents chopping up 2,500, and the big guys like you are getting lots of them. So, like, what do you tell an agent that's trying to make a living out there? Like, what part of the market is functioning the best? Should they focus on under 500K? I'm noticing homes actually hit the market in the lower price point that I'm surprised. I get these little listing alerts for homes that are listed, searches I have open. I'm like, wow, you can get that for $350? And I get surprised that there's a deal, but yet the 5s and 6s are still holding even stronger. Do you see the bottom falling out a little bit and the upper end holding up? Or like, where are you guys seeing the movement?
Yeah, probably the bottom is a little slower than usual, but as it gets to drop, that's when you see the investors start jumping back in, trying to gobble up these properties, right? So as an agent, I would suggest is really know your stats, right? Know what's selling, know what's not, and know why. So we were talking about earlier, homes that are 400,000. It might be a little harder for a first-time buyer or someone that's really rate effective to purchase a home because they go from 4%, maybe now it's 7 or 8, and it just takes them out completely. They can't afford that $3,000 house payment like you have, right? But if you're in the 8s or 9s or $1 million, like you said, they can still buy. They just buy less.
They're not affected as much.
Not affected. They're just get a smaller home. Or maybe, I can't get a 3-car garage in Green Valley under 6. I got to get a 2-car.
So now you guys represent lots of sellers. I know lots of advertisements going out there. You list lots of homes. Do you still want to be the best one on the block, best price, best house? Is that still when you can get a seller to see the light? I mean, is that still the goal? I was taught 20 years ago, if there's 5 or 6 homes for sale on the block, you want to be, the best price one and actually the best one if you can. Is that not the case?
I don't think that's the case. I think you want to be the best looking. It's the best one that looks good, that's taken care of, that shows well.
Right.
It will still sell. There's somebody that wants that product and will pay for it.
And then with lots of these loans being like 96%, they don't have the cash to come in and remodel these houses. So the more turnkey the house is, they're basically just doing their down payment. Heaven forbid the seller gives some concessions and pays some closing costs down. They're walking in, $10,000, $12,000 and getting a house that they can just move right into with no out of pocket.
Yeah, especially in the luxury market, right, Jacob? I see this luxury market. You buy that house in Red Rock Country Club for $3 million. That's outdated, but it's still 5,000 square feet in a great location. Well, you buy that one for $3 million. You put $1 million into it. Someone's going to buy it for $5 million.
I know.
Yep, you got it right there.
It's a spread. But not everybody has the nerve. I see a lot of investments. I see a lot of those trash dumpsters. You see a closing for $2 million, and then you see a dumpster, and then you see that darn dumpster turn over 5 or 6 times, and they're spending money. Right. That's a good sign. Someone feels good about either their job in Vegas or their future in Vegas or their wherewithal to pay these bills. Those dumpsters in the front yard are a good sign because you don't see the investors doing it anymore. These are typically like end users that are buying the houses and fixing them up for themselves.
Well, here's your alternative. You go buy a lot in a guard-gated community. Good luck on finding something under $5 million. I mean, good luck with that. Then you're going to go hire a luxury builder at 800 to 1.2 a foot. Good luck with that. And you want a 8,000 square foot house because in those communities, 6,000 and under is too small for resale. So you build this 10,000 square foot house. There's 10 million, now you're 15 million. Well, buy it and remodel it.
I know, but a lot of us have gotten that Amazon effect where we want to just push the button and get the finished product. Like we don't want to build anything. So a lot of people don't have the nerve, the steel to really like go, what's going to be the unknown? What am I going to, break a wall and what's behind that wall? Not everybody trusts that process. Some people would rather pay the 5 than the 3 and the 1 because they just want to know what they're getting.
Right.
And the time frames behind it all and whatnot, and dealing with the whole remodel is a headache, I'm sure.
I love it. I get a kick out of it. I wish I had more money because all I would do is those, right? Because they're so much fun.
So you like taking risks?
Well, of course.
You're risk taker.
Why do you think we spend 30% of our gross income on advertising?
You guys advertise?
We're not.
I can't change the channel and not find you guys.
We're not afraid of spending
All
money.
right, hold on now. So let's talk about the buy side. You guys obviously represent buyers too. You have team members on your team that represent buyers. What's it like? Do you think you're supposed to find a house in 1 or 2 days for somebody? If someone's really a willing and able buyer today and they need a home, why should it take longer than 2 days? I mean, think about it. How long should it take you to buy a house?
I mean, realistically, the first day is really just trying to show them what's out there, right? They send you a few houses after you've showed them the list. They send you a few they like. Right away, the few on the list, they're not going to like it, right? There's no chance.
They never like the first one.
Right. Well,
and you don't show them the gem on the first one because they're always thinking there's a better one.
Well, they send you something at 1,200 square feet and they're like, they're a family with a kid. You're like, well, I don't think that's going to work out for you, but let's see it anyway. You got to get them through the pain, right? Get them through the pain of showing them some of the homes. They see are priced very well because they're flips and they look clean, modern on the inside, but that's probably not what's going to be best for them. I think realistically, if you have an able buyer that's got time frames, like their lease is expiring or they just need to be out by a certain time frame, 2 days, 3 days, you can get them a home. But if there's no time frame,
there's plenty of inventory.
Right.
There's plenty of inventory. There's no reason. So if you had somebody who needs a house and qualifies and you're willing to roll your sleeves up and show 15 in a day, you should be able to get it done.
Oh, yeah.
But here's the lost art. This is the lost art that because of Amazon and YouTube and everything online that agents don't do that you guys should do. Number one is you make an appointment with your buyer. I don't care if they want to see a house tomorrow, and you give them a buyer's presentation. You lock that relationship in right there because if you had no value to what you're trying to do, they can call anybody and get that house shown and take half of your commission and pay you less. So you have that buyer's presentation. If you want to be a damn good freaking agent, this is what you do.
Yeah.
How about previewing the homes before you show them? Oh, shoot, that's what? I have to go preview the homes? Wow, that's a lot of work. Well,
you're a different generation.
But it still works.
You're a different generation.
It's good. It works. Especially if you're million plus. How about taking a client to a $2 million house before they get there and you know all about it already?
Yeah,
you're not like, oh, what's behind this door?
You're earning so many points if you've already seen the home and you're like, hey, I didn't want to waste your time. I rolled down here yesterday. I opened it up. This one checks out. I can't wait to show you a couple of things I noticed. They're going to know you put in the work.
Right.
We don't want to be door openers.
Right.
No, we don't want to be
monkeys.
door openers, right? That's the thing. People, we don't want to turn into that. What about on the listing side? How many times did I have an appointment as a buyer's agent on $1 million home and the listing agent wasn't there?
Right.
Doesn't the listing agent owe the seller
Have a representative.
the service and be like, hey, I'm George. I'm representing the seller. I'm not going to bother you. I'm not going to be eavesdropping and be over here. But in case you had a question, I want to make sure that we were here to answer and we want to make sure everything was taken care of. Like, I don't see the listing agents doing the work.
No, and here's why we do it too. And I know this could be wrong, right, or indifferent. Who knows? But we want to show off not just to our seller, but to the buyer and the buyer's agent. We want to show that we're professional in what we do. So we assign an agent to that listing that shows up and shows the house and knows the house inside and out.
Yeah, when that buyer likes it and mentions to the agent, like, hey, I think I do like that home. By the way, that agent seemed pretty good. Oh, I've worked with him before. Wow, that guy showed up, you both were ready for the job. Like, now there's some synergy.
Yeah.
Now there's like, it's kind of a blind when there's nobody there. There's just a home.
Yeah.
You're like, who am I offering to? Who's on the other side? So you agree listing agents should show up, buyer's agents should do the work, get there early. what do you tell people that are getting in the business brand new today that don't have, any experience? Let's say they've lived here like 5 years. How does an agent get going?
Well, I mean, there's two types, and I always admired you and what you did and you working. And, there's business people, and then there's real estate agents, and then there's some in between, right? And you always been a very good real estate business person. So I just want to give you my hats off to you, Mr. George. But because we really like helping people through our foundation and everything we do. We enjoy it. But teaching agents how to do this business from the very scratch, like coming out and here's the thing, most won't do it. But if they don't push themselves or be uncomfortable, you got to push yourself. It's not going to come to you. You know that. It's the hardest thing we run across and teaching our agents. And
I have a few that follow the plan. They make a lot of money, but everyone tells me they're hungry and they come in at 10 and leave at 2. Or they come in at 11. Never see them on a Saturday.
Well, I was always the first. I love taking them to school in the morning because they had to be there early. It got me out. So I always took them to school. One reason was selfish. They get to hear me for 30 minutes, but
yeah,
then I went right to the office.
Yeah, I'm at work by 8 when I take my daughter to school.
I loved it.
And it's not even on my days, but I tell her mom, I'm like, hey, if it's okay, I know you're like getting her ready. Like, let me help.
Yeah.
And then I get time with my daughter.
It gives you that one-on-one too.
And then she and I, we hash out some stuff, and then I'm right to work. I'm dressed.
There's a lot of realtors out there that do the nitty-gritty, and I've never been a guy that liked to cold call. I never called FSBOs, never called. I'm not saying I never have, but I didn't enjoy it. So if it wasn't fun, I didn't want to do it. But I knew I needed people. So I always made myself very popular. Robert Kumar said the other day when we were doing an event, he goes, I'm the lender with the most friends. And you have to be the realtor with the most friends. You got to be social. So I was very social. But then what I did was I was very good, and you know this by our business, right? Is categorizing everybody that I know. Buyers, sellers, people that use me, people that refer me, vendors. I need to know who I'm working with. So when we do something, I want to invite that group.
But one thing I know about you, when you make a long drive, you get in your phone and you drop a call or two in, and
Every
you try
second
to
of the day.
make some worth of that drive and hit a couple past clients, a couple
Always.
sellers, a couple agents that you think might need a little pat on the back for something that you might think that they're going through or whatever. Like you spread it around. I tell people, make conversations. If you're brand new in the business, you get licensed. Let's say they're working with you, and then they're at a Starbucks. Make a conversation like, hey, how long have you lived in the area? Oh, we've been here 5 years. Do you rent or own? Do your kids go to school? How you like schools? Oh, by the way, I work with the real estate guys. Like, here's my card. Like, if you ever need anything, let me know. Like, it doesn't hurt to put yourself out there. I know it's awkward,
Right.
but like, they can't guess what you do and what service you provide. Like, if you're at a game, PTA meeting, whatever, like, you speak up. Tell them what you do. I mean, they're not going to knock on your door.
You got your phone?
Yes.
You got your phone? Call me.
Of course.
I want people to
Of
listen.
course.
Call my number. Look at this, George. I mean, this is how bold you have to be. You got to do. When I'm at Starbucks getting my coffee, do you think that I answer it right away? No, I go like
If
this.
you need to sell your house.
Come on.
So all you new agents, I don't want to advise you to copy that exactly, but he is kind of doing what I'm saying. The people around him do know what he does. Not everybody wears the badges anymore, and some of that has become somewhat, outdated or whatnot.
Obsolete,
but
yeah.
let people know what you do. Make conversations with people. Tell them you're in the business. They know you as doing something else. Now you're doing a new job.
Yeah.
If they known you as a teacher or a contractor or something else, now you're a realtor. You got to let them know. They can't guess. Guys, I appreciate you coming over. This was a great insight on the market and a little bit of business. You guys are awesome.
Oh, we're over already? We can keep going, man. I got information,
They don't
brother.
pay by the hour over here, man. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
I
man.
appreciate it.
Appreciate
It was
you.
fun.
You got it.